When building a custom PC, everyone gets confused for buying the hardware. It gets really complicated when choosing graphic cards because nowadays AMD has started building nice graphic cards in the mid-tier budget zone between $250 and $400. With this type of competition between AMD and Nvidia, both of them wants to get bigger market share in graphic card zones, so they are lowering the price of existing cards and making the new cards cheaper as well. Nowadays for 1080p gamers, GTX 1660 Ti was very good as the price was about $280, while the performance for 1080p was good. Some people spend more about $70 into RTX 2060 to get more performance as well as they get the RTX functionality. But now we got a killer due to which EVG has launched the RTX 2060 KO, which is about $300. The killer we are talking about is Radeon RX 5600 XT. In this video we will talk about the features and will compare the 5600 XT to GTX 1660 Ti, RTX 2060 as well as the bigger brother Radeon RX 5700. My name is Maninder Singh and you are watching Punjab Tech Tips. As EVG has launched the KO version of RTX 2060 for $300, but the problem is you will not find it anywhere. It is out of stock pretty much everywhere. It is available on Amazon, but the shipping time is 1 to 2 months, and KO version, which is Ultra with mild overclock, is available for $320. So for today comparison, we will consider the price of RTX 2060 KO as $320. For later, I will encourage you guys to check the prices and availability for yourself. Let's talk about the features for Radeon RX 5600 XT. This is a Navi based GPU just like 5700 and 5500 series cards. It is built on 7nm technology with 36 compute units and 2304 stream processors with base clock and boost clock of 1375 and 1560 MHz respectively. The card we are using for benchmark is Sapphire Pulse, which bump up the speeds to 1650 and 1750 MHz respectively. Till now, probably you guys might have noticed that this is very similar to 5700, which start at $350. The main difference between RX 5600 XT and RX 5700 is memory layout, which is 6 GB of GDDR6 for 5600 XT and 8 GB GDDR6 for 5700 XT and 8 GB DDR6 for 5700, and RX 5600 XT is 192-bit while 5700 is 256-bit, and the memory bandwidth are lowered from 448 GB per second to 288 GB per second between the cards. 5600 XT uses a single 8-pin connector while the 5700 uses dual 8-pin connectors for power supply. For the display outputs, you will get 3 display ports, 1.4 and 1 HDMI 2.0, which is a benefit over the RTX 2060 KO, which has 1 display port, 1 HDMI port and 1 DVI port. With 5600 XT, you will get the benefits of Radeon image sharpening, anti-lag and inner scaling. For the benchmark, we are using test bench, which includes Intel i9-9900K 8-core processor with overclock of 4.8 GHz on all cores, NCXT X62 AIO cooler, ASRock Z390 motherboard, 16 GB of dual channel memory from G-Skills at 3600 MHz. For storage, we are using Samsung 960 EVO 512 GB NVMe SSD and EVGA Supernova 750W power supply. For the operating system, we are using 64-bit Windows 10. For the comparison today, we are using graphics card from AMD and Nividia, which are Radeon RX 5700, Radeon RX 5600 XT, RTX 2060 KO and GTX 1660 Ti. Let's talk about the benchmarks. This is 3D Mark Firestrike Ultra at 4K resolution. It is a synthetic benchmark and 5600xt is looking very good here. The next benchmark we are going to talk about is 3D Mark TimeSpy Extreme DirectX 12. Here 5600xt does not fare as compared to 2060, but still 5600xt manages to stay on top of GTX 1660 Ti. Ashes of Singularity at 1920 by 1080, and here you can see 5600xt has managed to beat both 2060 KO and 1660 Ti. Moving over to GTA 5 at 1440p, here Nividia cards has done very well, but the 5600xt has still managed to get more performance than 1660 Ti. In the Battlefield 5, Radeon card has done very well and 5600xt manages to get more performance than both 2060 KO and 1660 Ti. And same goes for the Overwatch with epic settings. And our final test is Metro Exodus. In this test 5600xt absolutely crushes the 1660 Ti as it is 30% faster. For the overall performance comparison, here are the prices and performance versus 5600xt at 1080p and 1440p. Now you have noticed the performance difference between these cards, so you have came to know that why Nvidia wants different competitor versus 5600xt than 1660 Ti, which is starting exactly at the same price. With the price drop from Nvidia for 2060, this card still feels overpriced, and for the similar price 1660 Ti is not competitive with 5600xt. So for the conclusion, we have the new king of budget for price starting $280. Radeon RX 5600 does not break the bank but still gives you the performance you need over the 2060 KO and 1660 Ti. That's it from my side guys. Thanks for watching and consider subscribing for future videos.